Welcome back. Welcome to Lay It On Me, Lay It On Me, Lay It On Me. What's up, y'all? Listen, it has been a very, very long time. I have been thinking about this for about a month now, okay? Eager, excited. This is the new Lay It On Me, okay? Last time we were talking on Spotify, but we have officially moved to YouTube. I just feel like I want to get more personal with y'all. I want y'all to see my face, see my facial expressions, my body language, how I move. I talk with my hands a lot. You know, you need that? Okay, but I talk with my hands a lot. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. Okay? But let's catch up. It's been a while. So as you may know, this podcast is still 420 friendly. Please indulge. Please go ahead and roll up. Get your doobies, grab your blunts, grab your woods, whatever you do to get you to that next level. Please go get it. For me, I'm going to take care of that after because I'm not going to do that on the camera now. If we were still on Spotify, y'all already know. I'd have been. Okay, well, I quit. But tonight we are drinking Espolon. Okay. I already got my cup poured up. Salute. Salute to a new season. Salute to a fresh start. You know, just salute to Lay It On Me. Salute to y'all for even taking the time to tune in because, like, y'all is excited like me. And I like that. I like that, okay? So today we are talking about returning to self, right? Basically, returning to self, like you lost yourself somewhere along the lines and you got to find yourself again, right? So how full is your cup, right? That's what we're talking about. How full is your cup? You can't pour from an empty cup. You know, you're constantly giving, but nobody's pouring back in your cup, you know? We got to be mindful of that too. Now I got some notes and we're gonna get straight into it. I have been gone for a while. Things are different for me. I am in a new relationship. I am going through a divorce. And I moved. I want to say I'm in a good headspace. I want to say that, but I'll say that for now. I'm in a good headspace. But life has been life and it's been doing what it do best. I'm just like y'all. Ain't nothing different. We human. I bleed like y'all bleed. Like I go through stuff just like everybody else. But you know, some days it's harder than others. But some days I get through. But I'm just adjusting to my new life. Just trying to return to self. Right. I found myself realizing, and this is where I got this topic from. I found myself realizing that I don't even know who I am no more. Like my cup is empty. My cup is empty. I don't know who I am. And that's just because I've given so much of myself. And I have been through so much that I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I let it take over, right? It takes over. I throw my hands up and just let the wheel go. Because at this point, life going to do what it do, okay? But I have been through so much since the last time we have talked, y'all. I miss y'all. I miss doing this. I'm trying to get back into doing content and everything. So we gonna get there, okay? And this is my first time using my actual camera that I shoot my pictures with. It's my first time using my camera, so I'm really excited about that, okay? Teach me something new, Lay. Okay? All right, so let's get started. So I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all being here. So tonight we're talking about something that I think we all can relate to. I feel like at one point in life, we all have lost our way, right? At one point in life, we all have been so blinded by other things that's distracting us that we're not even paying attention to how we are losing sight of the things that we like, that we love, things that we love to do. So for me, I realized that I think I was laying in the bed and I told myself, like, I'm bored, right? I'm bored. Now, I'm just laying in the bed, no TV on, no music playing, and that's not like me, y'all. Y'all know I love music. Y'all know I love to dance. It makes me happy. But no TV on, no music. You know, I'm in the dark, or I'm just laying there, my mind just racing. I tend to try to fill out my little books, and then I just stop, and I just get lost and just sitting there thinking in my thoughts. And then I end up getting really sad, you know, and that's just because, like, I feel like I'm not myself, right? So how do I get back there? I was having a conversation with my homegirl Kiana. We was talking about, like, loving yourself, and I feel like the first step in getting back to yourself is learning to re-love yourself. I feel like when you lose yourself, you kind of, how can you lose yourself and say you haven't lost any love for yourself, right? Because I feel like we go through things and we kind of be hard on ourselves about, you know, the way we go about things or how people treat us or whatever. But I realized that, you know, maybe I don't have self-love like I think I did, you know? Maybe I don't have that, because I feel like if I did, you know, I wouldn't have to be returning to self, right? Because I would be me. I would be whole. But I feel like I lost myself in the transition of me leaving my house, transitioning, you know, going through divorce and transitioning and talking to somebody else, and it's a lot of up and downs, you know, right? I didn't give myself a chance to, how do you say it, process everything as it was happening, right? I was just moving so fast, just whatever, right? And so it got to a point where in the midst of me trying to process everything so fast and sort through emotions and things, like, I lost myself. I am really trying my best to get back there, because I feel like it's important. It's important. I have 3 girls I'm raising. I need these girls to love themselves. I need them to not lose themselves. I need them to continue to make sure that their cup is full, you know. And if your cup is running over, let's just hope that it's blessings from God. That's what I want my kids to grow and be like. I don't want them to feel like how I feel in the moments where I'm like, man, I don't even know who I am anymore. You have to start back doing things that make you happy. You got to start back hanging around people that make you happy. You got to start back hanging around people that make you feel like you. Pause. My baby is in here and she want a snack, okay? But yes, definitely lost what I was saying because my daughter just distracted the hell out of me. But however, so you can also, there's other ways like you can lose yourself. It ain't necessarily got to be like relationships, right? That's just something I've experienced. You can lose yourself in motherhood. You can be so busy with trying to be on top of everything for your kids, small kids, big kids, grown kids, that you're not really paying attention to. You're not taking care of you. That you go without doing your hair, go without getting your nails done, you go without doing the things that make you happy. You go without just remembering that you are a person too. Who poured into you, right? We cannot wait for a man, a woman to pour into us. We have to learn how to do that ourselves, because if we don't, we're gonna be out here lost in the sauce, just looking and accepting the way anybody treat us, you know. And that's not how it should be. Just to say, oh well, this person cared, oh well, this person loved me, so now I feel love. You should feel love before that person loved you, because how you love this person, you don't love you. You ain't realizing that you ain't loving you too. These are just some things that I have learned, okay? Some people don't only just get lost in motherhood and relationships. You get lost trying to make everybody happy. I'm looking at my notes so I don't lose track. You get lost in trying to make everybody else happy. I go through this phase where what? Y'all see Audrey? I go through this phase where I tend to, I don't really want to say like put everybody before me, but I put everybody before me, right? And it's not on purpose. That's just who I am. Like, anybody knows me know, like, if you're important to me, I'm gonna make sure you know you're important to me. You know, if you've been there for me, I'm gonna make sure I give you that back. And that's just naturally, not because of anything else. Not because I'm looking for a blessing, not because I'm expecting you to do something in return, not because none of that. If I'm doing something, I'm doing it solely because I want to. But that can be draining, right? You could be so busy trying to make everybody else happy that you're not making you happy, and now you don't understand why you walking around mean all the time. Why every time a door slammed and some noise being made at the same time, you like, oh my God, I'm irritated. You're not pouring into your cup. Your cup is empty. You gotta love yourself. Pour into that cup. Don't let your cup go dry, and don't wait for nobody to do it for you, because when these people decide that they no longer want to be involved in your life, they can just get up and leave tomorrow. And now you sitting here lost. I had a friend. We're not gonna say names on this podcast, but I had a friend who I was extremely close to. Okay, me and this girl did everything together that to a point that people thought we were sleeping with each other. Okay, but that was my sister. Okay, no, that was never that. Okay, and then it got to a point where with me and her, we stopped being cool. Like, she did everything for me. So I did the simple things. I did the things like, you know, I helped out with the kids a little more so she can be out and do on the road to do what she got to do, or you know, just whatever. We found a way. Is there a reason why you screaming? This is crazy. Here. So we had a little system going, right? So we end up falling out for whatever reason, right? I'm not gonna be sitting here and point fingers and say who did what happened, whatever. We fell out. That's it. We had a falling out, and when she left my house, I was clueless. I had no idea how to put air in the tire of my car. I had no idea, and I still don't. I had no idea how to, I never pumped gas. I know how to pump gas, but I never had to pump my gas. Never. She did all that. Like, she was the one driving. I didn't have to drive. I had to do nothing. Whenever I needed something, I told her if I needed something, me and her sat down and put our heads together. We figured it out together. Same thing with her. She came to me, we figured it out together. We end up becoming each other's baby daddy. Okay? Because I'm going to help you with your kids. You help me with mine. Like, and that's what it was. But I was so dependent upon that. Like, that when she left, I was dependent upon her love. I was dependent upon her care. I was dependent upon her, how she treated me as a friend, you know? Like, I felt like I'd never experienced that before. Like, that was genuine friendship, right? Well, I'm not gonna say I never experienced it before, but I feel like that was the tightest one I've had, right? When I say we lived together, we did everything together. But when we stopped talking, I went through the craziest depression. Like, it felt like it was worse than a boyfriend-girlfriend breakup. It was horrible. Like, it was horrible. It felt like a death. It felt like somebody died. Okay, the way I felt, I never want to feel like that again. Like, I can't. And that moment right there taught me a very valuable lesson. I'm not going to pour so much into other people to a point where I'm not pouring into myself that when they leave, I don't have nothing. And I can't give myself that. So I had to rebuild myself up all over again from scratch after I had just spent so much time building myself up. So don't get so fixated on making other people happy. Don't get so fixated on depending on other people to make you happy. You have to find what makes you happy because you want to be happy on purpose. On purpose. Okay? Working so much that you don't recognize yourself anymore, because all you do is work. I had got to a point where I ended up working from home. I got to a point where I'm working from home. I wasn't going outside or nothing. My vitamin D went low. I got to a point where I'm like, I can do this. I would work. I would try to fill up my calendar with doing photo shoots just to keep myself busy, occupied, and I was going to school. Like, so my focus was so wrapped up in all this other stuff like that. I was not paying attention, like, to my health. I had some health issues going on that I was ignoring. I was busy, like, but that's not self-love either, because I had health issues and I was ignoring them because I was so busy. I'm working, I'm going to school, I'm trying to do my business. Like, I was not pouring into myself. I was pouring into these other things. And granted, you know, my business make me happy. You know, that's what I want initially. I want to be happy. But if I'm pouring into all this stuff, There's no room for fun, okay? No room for fun. You get so lost in it. There is no room for fun. None. So we don't want to lose ourselves. So when we say, what does it look like when it's returning to self? It looks like self-love. Okay, so we need to just be mindful, right? When thinking about overextending. And that can go for anybody, work, relationship, kids, it don't matter who it is, friends, whatever, right? You don't want to overextend yourself to the point of where you like, I'm taking care of everybody else, but who is taking care of me? I'm being there for everybody else, but who is being there for me like how I'm being there for them? I'm loving everybody else. Who is loving me and loving me like I'm loving them? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to be loved the way that they love. That's why people love the way they do. They're hoping that that person gives it back the same way, but it never works like that all the time. So you have to honestly be strong and have some type of self-love. You got to be strong and have some type of boundary where you're like, my cup halfway empty. That's it. I can't give no more. Now I need to go reset. I need to go pour into myself. And then that's what you do. You do whatever makes you happy. That's writing, that's reading, that's taking a walk, that's shutting the world out for 24 hours, that's drinking, that's just be mindful of how you do it with the liquor though. But you get my drift though. You get my drift. So I wrote down a few signs to let you know that your cup is empty. You're always tired. Physically, emotionally, mentally. You're always tired. Something's draining you. When you feel your body feel like you lay down, you be like, oh my God, I'm so drained. Yes, something is draining you. Mentally, physically, emotionally, it does not matter. If you feel tired, exhausted, and you just can't shake it, and you wonder why you sleeping so much, and you lounging so much, and you losing interest in doing things, like your cup is empty, that's a warning sign. Flag on the play. It's notifying you right away. Are you going to pay attention or are you going to ignore it? What's important? Are you important? Because nothing going to matter if you're not here to be able to be here to give love. Nothing's going to matter if you're not here to be able to show people you care or to give people something out of your cup. You notice I didn't say pour it into their cup, but you give them something out of your cup. Take care of yourself. If your body is tired, your body's screaming you tired, even if you feel like you ain't been doing nothing, but emotionally you got stuff going on. You're thinking about something. Your brain running, thinking, tired. Think of a hamster on the wheel? That's your brain. You don't think your brain tired? You don't think the hamster get tired? You got to know when to stop and be like, my cup is obviously empty, almost empty, or we halfway there. You need to stop and reset, okay? Another one would be little things make you cry. So that's one thing that happens to me. Anything, like I could be watching a reel on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. If it's emotional, if it's romantic, if it's sad, if it's happy, I don't know, the tears just come flowing. And when I notice that I'm crying for everything, somebody can look at me and just be like, girl, you are so beautiful. I hope you have a great day. And I could be like, oh, I really needed that today. Like, yeah, something wrong. When I start doing that, I know something's wrong. When I start crying randomly and I don't know why, if I wake up sad and there's tears falling, I don't know why, I'm depressed because I have not filled my cup back up. There's no self-love. I need self-love in order to return to self. That's why I'm waking up sad. That's why I'm feeling sad throughout the day. That's why I'm depressed, right? You gotta learn how to take things for what it is. For me, I can't look at a video and be like, oh, this is just a video, whatever, and just watch it and keep going. It's hard, but I need to try. I want to stop crying on everything. Like, it does not matter what it is. Like, I'm going to cry. But that's also a sign, like I said, that your cup is empty. Your cup is half empty. It's almost empty. That's a sign. And when things like that happen, you know what I got to do? I have to turn the music on. You know what I'm doing? I'm doing something that makes me happy. Turn my music on. I might roll up. I might drink a little. I might do all three at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dance too. I'm going to set my phone up, record myself. It makes me happy. You know what I'm doing? I'm refilling my cup. I'm returning to self. I'm refilling my cup. I'm returning to self because I am giving myself self-love. I'm caring for myself. I'm caring for my mental. I'm caring for my body. I'm caring for my temple. Another thing, I did mention this already. You stop doing the things you love to do. I just told you, I was laying around not doing nothing. Everybody know I love listening to music. I'm like, it took for my friend to point it out to me. Like, she was just like, bitch, you're not doing nothing you used to do. You ain't dancing, you ain't singing. I ain't honestly you make no videos no more. Like, you're not yourself. You drinking too much, you're not yourself. And she ain't laugh. Where's the laugh? And I'm not the type of person that's gonna sit here and debate back and forth with my friend like, yeah, oh no, you're tripping. No. Tell me. Maybe I don't see it. So when she said it, I started paying close attention. I'm like, damn. My life has changed a lot, and I have not thought about or processed anything I've been through, and I just feel like I'm so lost in what I got going on, and my brain runs so much that I'm okay with just sitting here in silence. So I had to go be a mommy real quick, so whatever. Anyway, I'm just gonna jump back into it. What I wanted to talk about is like filling your cup again. So it looks like saying no. It looks like therapy. It looks like prayer. It looks like reading, going for walks, taking yourself out, setting boundaries, and actually saying them and standing on that. Because a lot of us, me included, a lot of us let people cross our boundaries just because we love them. How much do you love you? Here we go, back to the self-love. How much do you love you? How much do you love you? Don't let nobody play with you. Set some boundaries. I'm still learning this. Okay, I'm 34, and I am still learning this. Like, I still don't know how to set the proper boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I might even start off setting the boundary, and I go back on it because that's how my heart's set up, right? But set some boundaries though, like, and stand on it. Like, and I'm talking to me too. I'm keeping it real. Leaving toxic situations. If it's draining you, once again, if you can't express yourself, if it's not a safe space to you, you gotta go. You gotta go. Your cup gonna stay empty. You gotta go. It's never gonna change. You're gonna be sitting around waiting for something to change, and nothing's going to change. The only thing that's gonna change is you, who you are. You're gonna start losing little pieces of yourself. It's gonna start fading away, fading away, fading away, fading away. Leave these toxic situations alone. And that can go for anything. Relationships, friends, family, whatever. I don't care who it is. If they mean you no good, they gotta go. Simple. If they're not adding value to your life, they gotta go. Simple. Starting over. Don't be scared to start over. I was so scared starting over. Like, when I left my house, I did it without thinking. I had no plan, no thought, no nothing. I just got up and left. I grabbed what I could and I left. I was scared though. I cried a lot. I was so scared. And it just felt like I made a mistake, right? It felt like maybe I moved too fast. Let me slow down. That's what it felt like. I don't know if y'all seen, but the houses in Hazel Crest. One of those houses were my house. Luckily for me, it was not one of the houses that, well, I can say lucky for me because I'm not there, but the roof was off, the windows was busted, and I just sit back and think about how sad I'd be thinking about that place and how scared I was to start over. And God has not left my side yet. I don't know why I'd be so scared. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith, and you gotta really understand your level of faith. Like, for me, I was scared at the time. I had faith, but my faith was not what it needed to be because I was so distracted. My brain was not, I'll be honest, my brain was not on God at all. My brain was everywhere else. But definitely was distracted. Could not really adjust to what was going on, if that makes sense. But I sit back and I think about how sad I was about that house, and here we are a year later. I'm looking back and I would have been in that. I would be out on my ass. I would be out on my ass. Me and my kids, we would have nowhere to go because at the split of a dime, it happened unexpectedly. Like, I know for a fact the way that roof was off on my townhouse, I know for a fact the whole upstairs was messed up, and that's where everybody's bedroom is at. So don't be scared to start over. I started over. I ended up getting a 4-bedroom apartment in Blue Island. It was really nice, really nice, but it was short term, right? And now I'm closer to my daughter's school now, and I'm grateful. I say that I'm grateful. I'm just grateful. I look back to how I was crying and scared to do what I did, and it worked out. Have some faith, okay? So I just want y'all to think about something for y'all to think about. What have you done recently to pour back in your cup? What have you done recently to pour back into yourself? What have you done? What steps have you done to ensure that you're giving yourself the self-love, right? What are you doing? How are you giving yourself that self-love? How are you finding yourself after being lost? How are you? I do shout out to Justin. Shout out to Justin. Justin, my DJ. Justin, my buddy, my pal. Justin just texted me, y'all. That's my dog. Okay. But realistically, you can't pour into everything and everybody else if you're not pouring into your own stuff. You're gonna lose yourself, and then you're gonna be lost, and you ain't gonna know what to do. You're gonna feel like your whole world upside down. Give yourself some love, just like you giving everybody else love. Like, you ever feel like you love somebody and they're not giving you the love back, and you be like, dang, I just feel like you ain't treating me the way I'm treating you. Like, duh, treat yourself that way. So you ain't gotta wait for nobody to treat you that way. You sitting around waiting for somebody to give you what you can give yourself. You're losing your identity because you're waiting for somebody to acknowledge you. That's what it is. You're waiting for somebody to acknowledge you. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. We're choosing ourselves. We're choosing ourselves. It's not selfish. If people want to call it selfish, then that's on them. Finding yourself looks like shutting everybody out for a little while, refocusing. Finding yourself look like starting over. Finding yourself look like peace. Finding yourself look like that's something you're going to have to maneuver through by yourself. You can't depend on nobody to help you with that. That's your journey. That's your journey. You're going to have to figure that out. And stop trying to take everybody with you on your journey, because you're draining yourself. You're carrying the weight of other people. Now you don't only have your issues, you're carrying the weight of other people and their issues too, because you're a helper. Because you're going to want to help, because you feel like this is your squad. You feel like this is your person. You're going to feel like this is your... And my camera died, okay? I was ending this anyway. But to end it on a really, really good note, I'll end it like this. Love yourself. Give yourself some grace. Don't be so hard on yourself, and don't give so much of yourself that you don't have nothing for you when you need it. Reset, restart every chance you get. It don't matter. You can wake up at 8 o'clock and you be pissed off by 8:05. By 8:07, you can be like, man, fuck that. That ain't who I am no more. I'm not even feeling like that no more. Love yourself. Stop getting so wrapped up in life, because life is life, and for everybody. We all going through it. Everybody. Don't be so wrapped up in trying to give yourself to everybody else or everything else, and you ain't thought about you. Something happened to you, then what? This time I'm going to end it, y'all. I know that this podcast was a little different. I just wanted to give y'all a little update right before we get into the real stuff. I'll catch y'all back here next Friday. Everything is a choice. I want you to always remember that. Everything is a choice. You wake up, you know how you wake up, you pick your outfit for the day. You wake up, you pick your mood for the day, just like that. I've been doing this for now almost 3 weeks. I've been picking my mood for the day. I want to be happy, and I'm going to be happy on purpose. And I want you to be happy on purpose, too. Happy Friday. I hope everybody enjoy their weekend, and I'll catch you back here next week for some more Lay It On Me. I think I have somebody wants me to talk about something, so we're going to talk about this person's situation. I ain't going to give y'all all that right now, but salud. Enjoy your weekend. This is Lay It On Me, and I'm signing out.